Hello my beautiful friends, it's Amanda here, and today I'm really excited because we get a sneak peek of one of the eyeshadow palettes from the new MAC Fruity Juicy collection. The Fruity Juicy collection is launching online on May 18th. I do think this is going to be one of those limited edition collections that sells out really quickly, especially certain hot items. So if you're excited about anything from this collection, make sure you jump online on May 18th. This summer collection from MAC is absolutely massive. There are tons of products coming out in this collection. There's 3 eyeshadow palettes, there's lipsticks, there's lip gloss, there's face powders, bronzers, there's liquid illuminating drops. There are so many pieces in this collection. It's gonna be huge. I know it's gonna be really popular, and I'm very thankful that MAC sent one of the eyeshadow palettes to me ahead of the launch so that I can share it with you guys. So we're gonna do some swatches, and I'm also gonna compare it to another MAC palette that came out earlier this year. So first, let's get into the product info. The packaging on this collection is super cute. The outer carton has this really fun tropical print, and then the palette itself also has the print on top. This is a metal casing, it's not plastic, and it has the like push button open. Hear that click? So it's a little bit different than some of the other eyeshadow palettes that MAC has brought out earlier this year. The X9 palettes have the regular plastic MAC packaging with just the lift open magnetic closure. So the packaging on this is really different. It does have a mirror inside. It's not the world's most useful mirror in my opinion. And it does not include a brush or applicator of any kind. This will retail for $32 US. It has 6 shades. There are 2 mattes. This kind of grayish toned shade and the bright coral are both mattes. This really shimmery one is the only shimmer, and it is a very glittery shimmer. And then the other 3 shades are kind of a satin finish. When I opened this palette, the very first thing I thought was it reminded me of the Red Hot X9 palette. MAC actually gives the shadows in their palettes names. 2 of the shades are the same shade. They have the same shade names. I was really happy with these X9 palettes. If you saw any of my other videos on these, I have just been recommending them, loving them, and using them to death. So I'm really hoping that this Fruity Juicy collection will continue with this great quality, but we're gonna compare, we're gonna find out. So the first thing I wanna do is finger and brush swatches for this Fruity Juicy palette. For my brush swatches, I'll be using my e.l.f. flat shader eyeshadow brush, and then I'll clean off in between each shade using my Veramona color switch. On top are the finger swatches, below are the brush swatches, and yet again, I am very impressed with how these mattes swatched with a brush. Look at that, it looks exactly like the finger swatch. This one is a little bit lighter. These shades are all a little bit lighter, but look at this. I mean, the brush swatches look almost exactly like the finger swatches. How do they do that? This first white shade is a satiny white. It's called Glamour Light. This taupey kind of gray color is called Soleil So Lovely. It's a matte. This amazing, super metallic shimmery orange shade is called Arriba. This coral is called Carnal Charm. This is one of the ones that's in the Red Hot palette, along with this one, which is called Fuchsia Fury. And the very last one is called Cocktail Black. I don't think this looks black in swatch or in pan. I think it looks more like a bronzy, dark bronzy brown with like a purpley undertone. You can decide for yourself, but I don't think this is a black. These are the shades Carnal Charm and Fuchsia Fury, which appear in both the Fruit A La palette and the Red Hot palette. This first one is from Fruit A La, and this is from Red Hot. These are all brush swatches. I think they look pretty much the same. If you were being really picky, you could say that the Fruity Juicy one has just a little bit more of a reddish tone to it, and this one's a little bit more orangey, but I mean, pretty much exact. And again, this first one is from Fruit A La, and this is from Red Hot X9. I think this one looks a little bit more pigmented. It was a little bit easier to build up, But again, this palette is older and this one's brand new, so that could have something to do with it as well. I do think overall, these shades look exactly the same. Sometimes, you know, when companies repeat shades, they don't look the same when they're redone, and I think they did a good job of making these pretty much exactly the same. So the question is, if you have Red Hot ×9, do you really need the Fruit a la palette and vice versa? I think they're different enough that you could totally justify having both, especially because you know you just want this one partially because of the awesome packaging. But I have to say the Fruit a la has that really, really awesome, super shimmery orange shade. So if you're like me and you're just living for this really glittery metallic orange, then you definitely want to get your hands on this palette. I love that shadow. I am, again, impressed with the quality, especially with the mattes. I think these matte brush swatches just blow me away. I am so impressed with what MAC has been doing with their matte eyeshadows lately. If you're more into the purple shades or you just want more variety, obviously this has 3 more shades, then the Red Hot ×9 may be more for you. So I am wearing 4 of these shades on my eyes today. If you want to see some eyeshadow tutorials with this, please leave a comment, let me know. I'll be more than happy to make that happen for you. I can show you some really crazy looks with it, or something really toned down like this, which I think is super wearable, and it was really, really easy to do. Overall, I'm really impressed with this palette. From the packaging to the swatches, I really think this is going to be a great collection. I cannot wait to get my hands on some more products from this collection. It is launching on May 18th. So hopefully this video will go up on the 17th, so you'll be able to see this palette before it launches. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Ooh la la, Fruit a la. Way too excited over here. Calm it down, okay. Mac always gets me all excited. Why do I always dance and then I always regret it? Stop. Just stop right now. Okay, just start talking. Tell them something. And I'm very... Can you be quiet while I film? Thank you. Let's watch this, baby. So... Collection... A collection? No, a tutorial.